Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Chris from The Razor's Edge here on the last day of ArcTanGent, and I'm joined by the instrumental brilliance that is Fort. So thanks for joining me today, guys. How are we all doing?
Awesome.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, cloud nine right now.
Yeah, no worries.
Doing very well.
Amazing. So how are you guys feeling after your set this morning? It was fantastic, by the way.
Well, thank you very much. It's just felt like everything went right. Really good.
Absolutely. I mean, this thing's been such an important festival for, I guess, so many bands within the genre. So it was our first time here, so there was like a few little nerves ahead of, but yeah, crowd filled out. Really, like, everyone came out early, and we played solidly, and we're very, very pleased with how it went. So we feel good.
Yeah, amazing. How was it playing so early in the morning?
It was good because we were hoping, because we were playing at Yokai where all the food vendors are, so we were hoping people would come in with their breakfast. Or if it was raining, they would come into the tent. But I saw a lot of people not eating breakfast.
Who were still
here, so that obviously says something.
Yeah. I think as well, like, ArcTanGent is such that type of festival where people are genuinely, and I know people say this all the time, but it's true, people are just genuinely here for the music so much of the time. So
check everything out.
As long as people aren't, nursing serious hangovers come the Saturday, because it's been a long stretch, people are usually out seeing bands, and people didn't disappoint, so we're really pleased.
Yeah, amazing. Have you guys been here all weekend?
Yeah, we've been here since the Wednesday.
Yeah. Who have you checked out so far?
Oh man.
Dinner Celestial Birds, always good.
Celestial Birds.
Yeah, so we got here on the Wednesday, so we managed to see, on the Wednesday we definitely saw Hidden Mothers, who were fantastic. Dinner Celestial Birds, so we played shows with each of those within this year.
So Watch From Afar we caught.
And So Watch From Afar.
Fan set, that was lush.
Kirsty's Metal Hands.
Explosion in the Sky. I took my, because I was like, it's an hour and a bit, so an hour and 20 minutes. So I took my chair and plunked it straight in the middle of the in the tent and just sat down, and I had like a little moment there. It was great.
I guess
you crowd surfed to Meshuggah yesterday?
I did. So
lost your watch.
The boys told me, don't get in the pit for Meshuggah. Like, don't do anything, don't crowd surf or anything. But I couldn't help myself. I felt the call. So one crowd surf later, and I lost my watch. I found my watch now.
Oh, good.
So
shout out Lost Property.
Shout out Lost Property.
And the nice people at ArcTanGent.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, people aren't stealing stuff here. It seems.
No, that's great.
Not my watch.
Like, some highlights definitely for me yesterday. Delta Sleep.
Oh yeah, Delta Sleep.
We're just huge fans of those guys. And then we've just come from seeing the first bit of Scalar. Because we really wanted to see a bit of those. And then for me, I've been like super excited about Vower. So like Rebea and the guys from Palm Reader and Black Peaks. I was there for all of that. But it's just been insane.
And Unpeople. I was really gassed to see Unpeople again. They're like one of my favourite bands right now. So Unpeople.
We've tried to get out. We've tried to see.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually my first time here, but I don't know why, because it's full of whatever I'd want. Post-rock, post-metal, gaze, bit of black metal in there as well. Yeah, it's been amazing.
Everything. It's just a music nerd's paradise. I feel like everyone here is in a band or wants to be in a band.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or budding journalists. So just the other day, you guys released a 3-track single, Over the Water Where the Clouds Grow, I think is what I've written down.
Yes.
I've heard it. It's absolutely fantastic. That title track, so to speak, is really made me emotional. So what inspires you? What inspires that music? The music that you guys do? How do you come up with this?
Well, that track specifically, or the whole?
Just in general, but that track specifically as well, if you want.
So that track specifically, I wrote. So as the drummer, I wanted to write a piece that didn't have drums, which doesn't make sense. I understand that. So I wrote a bunch of piano stuff that was really inspired by Maybe She Will, who I'm a massive fan of. Put some strings on there, and then Gav came in with a little bit of lead lines. We all kind of filled it out. You did some stuff on that as well, did you? I can't remember.
No, like,
it was kind of a blur.
Yeah, not in the studio. I remember, like, I might have done some demo stuff on it, but like And then I guess other than that,
The bass turned to cello in the end.
We turned the bass to cello.
I mean, in terms of
match the
in
strings.
terms of where we write predominantly, I guess we've had we've released stuff through various lockdowns as well, which was like actually a big factor in the writing. So we ended up doing. I guess we're like in this place where we're hybrid between individuals will have ideas, they'll take really bizarre forms, like they might be on a MIDI keyboard, like with a horn section, and be like, but it's maybe just a melody, it's a thing, and then typically I guess we try and like bring them to life in the room and explore them a little bit. I mean, like one of our tracks, Ouroboros, which is a bit more dancey, like that started as like a horn piece from you, and then I remember being like away somewhere, and Ben was like, "Oh, I've taken that and just like interpreted it on guitar," and we were all suddenly like insanely stoked on it and was like, "This is great." But
it took 9 months.
Yeah, it took a while. But there's such like a variation of like styles we have. We don't like. I feel like we still don't really fit into the post-rock genre, because a lot of our stuff, we have like a lot of math rocky songs, a lot of math rocky elements, and then we have like a lot of like almost close to like the shoegazy stuff and the doomy stuff. So
we have metal riffs as well.
Yeah, exactly. We've got like actual like dangerous to go alone and take this. It's just like it's a rock song.
It's just
a rock song with no words. So it's just whoever we're listening to at the time, we go, oh, we should write a song that's like vibing that sort of.
I think it's fair to say that like there's a lot that comes from just being huge fans of music and like hearing stuff and also coming to this festival every year for like a long time, which we have.
Yeah, I've been here every year since the very beginning, bar 1 year.
Oh, amazing.
And then finally getting to play after 10 years of coming to this festival is just like, when we got the email, I was like, I had a little, it was quite late at night, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
You and I had a cry.
Yeah, I had a little cry. So I was messaging the chat. I was like,
I was in work in my van, and I just had to just stop work and just sit there for a couple of minutes.
So how do you get on the bill at ArcTanGent? Do they ask you? Do you ask them? How does that work?
In this, I guess, in this instance, and like we only know what we know. We received an email, from ArcTanGent asking us in January of this year. I guess we've been trying to play shows and get our reach as far as possible. Anyway,
We had a very busy 2023.
Yeah,
I've played shows all over.
I think
Wales and England, and just did everything we did that could get our name out there.
Yeah, and I think James alluded to like he wants individuals, like removed individuals coming to him saying you need to be like listening to this band.
Yeah.
So we've wanted it for a while. We've got it. The email, January this year.
Yeah.
So.
And we're completely independent. We have no label. We have no like artist management. We have no booking agent. So
we do everything.
We kind of grafted ourselves. Like even our artwork is all like in-house and stuff. Everything bar the EP we released for ArcTanGent was all basically mixed by our old guitarist as well. So everything's like so in-house.
Yeah.
So it does feel nice to have like a completely independent band playing this festival, even though I am in that band.
Yeah, amazing. So I saw on your list of influences, I believe it was on your Spotify bio or something, and I saw So I Watch You From Afar and Mogwai are on there. Don't know if you know, they're both playing this weekend. But that's an exciting prospect for you guys. But what other bands, like, who influenced the original sound of the band?
So we have such a wild, eclectic taste of music between the four of us. And just to go back to the Mogwai bit, while we were sound checking, we also heard Mogwai sound checking as well, which was just like a bit of like this is really happening. A lot of my background, like some of the drums are like a bit weird and jazzy. Like I come from a really math rocky background, but I've gotten really into the heavier side of music recently. Same with Craig. So like your style of music's a lot like chunkier than
post-hardcore stuff.
Yeah, like some of my biggest, I guess, like bands that I've been into over the years have literally been like Every Time I Die and Death Heaven. So some of those kind of heavier things have like influenced possibly sort of the later releases that we've done. But we kind of came with the ethos of like we've always. I think Mogwai, Caspian, and So Much From Mars like a good jumping off point, but I think like that birthed the idea.
And maybe she will.
And maybe she will.
Throw that.
Yeah, maybe she will. And then we kind of like drift slightly more and more. But I mean, and then Ben's just into really hard.
doomy, sludgy music.
Like Cult of Luna.
Yeah, I guess, sort of the more sort of like post-metal, doom-gazy stuff, Cult of Luna, Ocean Size, huge, Deftones, obviously, because everyone fucking loves Deftones.
Everyone loves Deftones.
And like more recently, El Muno and Bosk as well for ages. Absolutely love that, man.
Awesome. So this festival, I feel like it definitely is the place for like the kind of instrumental post-rocky stuff. There's a whole weekend full of it. I mean, Animals as Leaders were here for crying out loud. But in general, I'm curious, does being an instrumental piece, is that ever a hard sell sometimes?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. You guys should listen to my band. This song's 9 minutes long, but trust me, it gets good like after 5 minutes. Or like, you know, like it's a big build up. We did a lot of playing, like when you're like starting out playing shows, you'll play all these like gigs and shows that it's like an alternative show, and you're the only instrumental band on there because there's not a lot of instrumental bands, especially in Cardiff where we're from.
Yeah.
So we just get put on the weird gigs, and then there'll be all these like crazy bands, and then us, and then like it's a really hard sell, not having vocals and not having words as well. Probably elaborate on that a bit.
No.
You go down the too.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think just those like we still don't kind of gravitate too much away from an eclectic bill. Like if we get offered something that just sounds like, obviously if we're into the bands and it sounds interesting, eclectic bills are still kind of, and we don't mind being like the odd one out. Be like, okay, that band isn't singing, so that's kind of nice.
It takes people by surprise.
Yeah, it's the odd one out in the odd one out gig.
Yeah.
Like we played shows with like Bicurious and El Muno, and like they're like Bicurious are instrumental as well, but they're a lot more like riffy and dancey, and we have these like big like somber moments. So a lot of people are just sort of like waiting, like in a way waiting for something to happen.
You're really selling the music.
No, like people love the ambient sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of our most popular tracks is just like a giant build up with like, you know, 1832 bars of just payoff, but you've got to get to that bit first.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that like it feels like there are a good collection of promoters probably UK wide who are like open to it, but in terms of like immediately when we were starting out, like it wasn't, you know, it's like we came from like Cardiff and the Welsh Valleys. It's far easier to be booked playing covers than you are saying like
100%,
we've got 8 minutes of instrumental music on our website, like do you want to book us, and they're like not really sure what to do with it. So it has its kind of drawbacks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can empathise with that because my band are like a weird theatrical alt metal band, and one week we were on like a pop punk band bill, and then we were on an extreme metal band bill. It's like no one knew where to put us. So
yeah, we were the same. We played that show with who was it? Cops, Hidden Mothers, and Maybe, and that was just like
Wild.
Wild. Like
fantastic show.
Yeah, honestly, it was incredible.
There's so much
mini ArcTanGent.
Yeah, exactly.
You and us being kind of weird, kind of post-rock.
Sometimes we're the heaviest band, and sometimes we're definitely not the heaviest band.
Especially with Hidden Mothers.
oh yeah, awesome. So what does the rest of 2024 have in store for you guys?
I mean, honestly, this is like it'll be a short answer.
Where do you go from this?
We're probably gonna go quite quiet, and I think we released a double A side, we released 2 EPs, and now we released a 3-track single. It feels like we're ready to say that we have ideas and we want to write an album, but we're honestly probably going to be looking at going heavily into writing post this festival. We think as far as the rest of the year, there might be like shows by exception, with sort of something that kind of piques our interest, but we're predominantly kind of like really going to slip into writing mode, I think.
Okay.
It does seem like we only get together in a room because we have a gig coming up.
Right.
It's like we've got to rehearse for the show coming up, and it's nice to go, actually no, let's just go in the room and not play anything that we've already written and write something completely new.
Yeah.
And that's always the most thrilling part about being in a band, right? It's just like, oh, I've got this crazy idea, let's just work this out.
Absolutely.
100%.
Cool. So if people do want to keep up to date though when you got new stuff coming out, it took me a while to find you guys on Instagram just by typing Fort. So I'll make it easier for people listening. It's Fort Music UK on Instagram. Check it out for instrumental brilliance. Right, so we're nearly done. However, I've been ending all the interviews this weekend the same way every single time, with some random quick fire questions that have nothing to do with anything. Take as long or as short as you want. Fight it out if you wish. You don't have to agree. We'll start with the absolute classic. Tea or coffee?
Coffee. All day long.
Nice. Someone described it as bean juice yesterday. So I was like, gotta love that bean juice.
Bean juice is the orange liquid you get in like a can of beans, isn't it? No?
Yeah, the tomato juice.
Yeah, sure. I'll ask that next year.
Beans or spaghetti.
Oh god. Traditional metal or modern metal?
Modern metal.
Modern metal.
Modern metal.
Sorry, man, modern metal.
Yeah, you have to apologise. I love me some modern metal. Who inspires you?
As a band or individually?
As an individual.
You could say individually if you want.
My friends and family. Boo. That's just so
Someone has to say it.
Fucking safe answer, man.
Whoever I'm watching at the time.
Nice. As a band, just like what?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, like people know the bands. Like you're watching your friends do things.
Musicians.
Yeah, and they kind of.
It's a quick fire round.
Giving you, they're giving you ideas to do things. They're all giving them ideas to do things, and it's lovely. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that one inspires me.
Cool. Mosh pit or standing at the barrier?
Oh, mosh pit.
Mosh pit.
100%.
Although I'm a bit old for mosh
Barrier.
pit.
Barrier.
Mosh pit 10 years ago, but not anymore.
Now I'm barrier. There should be an option C, which is stand at the back.
I've had stand at the sound desk. I've had a few times. Standing at the bar as well has come up a lot. Film or TV show?
TV show.
Film.
I'm the youngest in the band.
Favourite film?
Oh, don't ask Ben that.
That's how he's a huge cinephile. Go for it.
Apocalypse Now.
Oh,
That's
brilliant!
good, that's good.
Brilliant.
Come back to me. I don't watch many films.
Changes every week with me, but at the moment it's The Thing.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Interstellar.
Nice.
I'm gonna be a twat and just say Lord of the Rings.
Hey, that's my favourite, buddy. Yeah.
I've got the tattoo.
Oh, incredible! Yeah, I love Lord of the Rings. Right. Summer or winter?
Winter.
Summer.
We'll write a winter EP.
Yeah.
Morning or evening?
Evening. I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
Agreed. Past or future?
Always looking towards the future.
Yeah. Future.
Cool. Favorite album?
Delos, The Comatorium by Mars Volta.
Cool.
Didn't even like flinch.
No.
Melancholia Hymns by ArcTanGent. Currently, it does change.
Sure.
I don't know, man. Maybe like
It's like Universe Chat. We're gonna have to push it for that.
I think it'd be an EP. It'd be one out of none EP by Ocean Size.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with Tack by Sigur Rós.
I do have a runner-up, which is Brackets by Sigur Rós.
Nice.
Big Sigur Rós thing. Yeah.
Cool. And final question: favorite Fort song?
Robert Ross.
Yeah. That's so hard.
Do you know what? I'm gonna do a current one and say Beacons off the new.
I really like Alright.
We don't play it.
It's the hardest one I gotta play, but I really enjoy when I get it right.
Mine is We'll Burn That Bridge When We Get to It, just because it was the first proper song I decided to write the craziest drums on it.
Yes.
So that's probably why. And I think it's
middle section.
It's also our most popular song, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. Amazing. That's all I've got. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you
No
so
worries,
much.
guys. I've been Chris with the Razor's Edge. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.